Hi guys, Chef Kevin here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, tomorrow is Easter. You know, I like to try to make things easy for you. And this is something that you can do ahead of time. Because if you're planning on making this big meal for tomorrow, for the family that they're with you, or, you know, some families, when you cook, when mom cooks, they drive to come pick it up, or whether you're delivering it for that big meal, I want to take care of something that you can make today to have for tomorrow morning, so you can cook dinner and not have to worry about having to make breakfast and cleaning up all of that. I'm calling this my Kev's Easy Easter apple bread. Yeah, look, it's like a French toast. It's like a cinnamon French toast, but we call it yeah, Monica, what are we calling it? I'm sorry.
Make ahead Easy Easter apple casserole.
Did y'all hear that? I hope y'all heard that. Make ahead Easy Easter apple casserole. Y'all know, all you men know, if it wasn't for the woman that's behind us, we would not be anywhere. So to start this, what I've done, I've taken some butter and I've just buttered the pans. Now, the recipe calls for a 9x13 pan. I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm using it in these pans because I always like to make extra, and I always like to bring to my elderly aunt or to a neighbor or something. That's why I'm doing it in these pans. I'm going to show you how easy it is, but you can make it in one pan, one big pan, 9x13. Basically, I've just buttered them. Got them greased. And you know, Monica has been making a lot of bread. She's been showing me how to make bread with the machine, with yeast, without yeast, all that kind of stuff. So I took a loaf that was left and I cut it up. Now, I was going to make breadcrumbs out of it, you know, but, you know, with breadcrumbs, all we have to do is take that bread, put it in a food processor, chop it up so it's really fine. I don't know if you guys can see how fine this is, where it just kind of crumbled. And then spread that on a sheet pan and bake it in the oven, okay? Put a little parsley on it, put a little seasoning on it if you want. Now you have seasoned breadcrumbs, okay? So here, I've just taken the bread, broken it up, and you can do this with any type bread. French bread, sourdough, anything that you happen to have. Now, I will say, if you're going to use just like regular sandwich bread, it won't really get dry, so it's not going to absorb that much, and you might have to bake it a little bit longer. This normally will bake in about 35 to 40 minutes, okay? But one of the reasons why we're doing it overnight is so that egg has a chance to soak into the bread. So try to use a bread that's a little bit drier and not as fresh, because it works out great for that. Now here, I've just taken a couple of apples, chopped them up, took about 2 apples. Come on, get in here. And I put a little lemon juice on them, just so they wouldn't turn. But you know, hey, they're gonna bake. So if they turn a little color, that's okay. Oh, look, I spotted a little seed. The other thing you might notice is that I kept the skin on. All right, I like the skins on the apples. If you want to peel them first, you can, but I like that little skin. So let's just get our apples in with the bread. Now watch how easy this is. All we have to, you know what? We might as well use the tools that we were given to make this a lot easier, because I'm using a bowl that's fairly shallow because I want you to be able to see in it. So now let's just mix this together with your hands. There we go. We just want to kind of get it mixed in. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take this and put it in our pans. So just go ahead, grab some up, put it down in. All right. Kind of even them out. All right. Remember, if you're doing this in one pan, everything will work out fine. Just dump it right on in there. You want this in the pan first, because when we pour that egg mixture over the top of it, you'll see why we want our bread in here first, okay? So now, all of this is in. Y'all should have seen that look I just got, because, yes, some of it spilled on the floor, and I got that look, you know, the look, guys, that we get from the wives. All right? So now, here's what we're going to do. For the custard part, 8 eggs. Okay, get the eggs in. I have a ½ cup of sugar. And besides in the sugar, now no matter how much the recipe calls for, you can always add more. I added a little more cinnamon. I added about a full teaspoon of cinnamon here, but I mixed it into the sugar. Sometimes if you sprinkle in cinnamon, because it's such a fine powder, it'll lump up. So by mixing it into the sugar, it won't lump up on you. So there's our half a cup of sugar and our cinnamon. Plus I have a 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Take a measuring cup and just press it in there and press it down. That's why they call it packed brown sugar, because you just want to take out a scoop. You want to pack it down so the measurement is accurate, okay? So I just like to start breaking this up, get those egg yolks broken. You know, a lot of recipes talk about creaming the sugar and the eggs together first, but that's not necessary here, but I just want to get that brown sugar broken up a little bit. Now, into this, we're adding in 2 cups of milk. And you know, hey, whatever milk you happen to have at home, use that. Whether it's skim milk, 1%, 2%, doesn't matter, vitamin D, whatever you happen to have there, use it. I'm also going to put in a half a cup of heavy cream. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Look, if you don't want to use heavy cream, use half and half. You can do this with some half and half, all right? But ease back on the milk, so use a little more half and half. But basically, we need about 1.5 cups of milk product, or I should say 2.5 cups of milk product in here. Now, the only other trick to this that we're going to have is when we pour this in, all right? We want to make sure that our bread on top gets moist. Because if we just pour it in and it runs to the bottom will absorb, but the top won't. So let me show you what I like to do. I just like to take a spoon. Come on now. And I'll just put a little mixture right over to make sure the top gets covered, especially along the sides. But that's just to make sure some of that moisture does get on the top. I don't know if this is making sense to you. Because, yeah, baby, there we go. We just want to make sure those pieces on top get wet. We'll do this with this one. And of course, I have one in the oven already baking for you to see. You know, I wasn't going to make this if you not see it. But what's nice is, you see how simple this is. This is something that you could get the kids involved with. Now, I did this with apples. I don't know if you guys like pears. I love pears. So I think I'm going to make this the next time. I'm going to make sure I'll pick up some pears and try this with some pears. All right? So there we go. We've got our tops wet. Now it's time for us to make a little mess. Let's just take this. Ooh, did you all see that? See that? Still got a little clump of brown sugar. That's okay. This is working. And if you're wondering why I'm using a spoon, I can't find my whisk. All right. Truth be known. Truth be known. I usually don't do a lot of cooking at home. One day I asked Monica where was the sugar, and she said it's in the laundry room. She says, where else would it be but the pantry? I didn't know. All right. So look, let's just pour this on, and I'm going to try to pour it where it gets over the top a little bit. Okay. Let's go to our next pan. You can see why I did the spoon first, to catch that top in those corners. Come on, baby, get that little bit of brown sugar out of there. So here we go. Now, I like to just go ahead, wrap this up, put clear wrap over it, set it in the fridge overnight. It's better overnight because, like I said, that bread has a chance to absorb, okay? Even if you don't have a chance to do this overnight, at least try to let it sit in your refrigerator for at least 4 or 5 hours so the bread can absorb somewhat, okay? Now, I made a crumble. I don't know if you guys like crumbles. Basically, all this is brown sugar, flour. I use a little cinnamon. Now, the recipe will call for apple spice, all right? Just like this pumpkin spice says apple pie spice. I didn't have any. Not going to the grocery store to get any, so I just use a little extra cinnamon. So flour, cinnamon,
Sugar.
Sugar. That's it. Thank you, Monty. I had a plate there. And butter. And I just took a fork and cut that in with a fork and made it crumble. Now, if you want to, you can make extra crumble, all right? Put it in the refrigerator. It'll stay for a few days if you want to put it on something else because it's so good on the top. So we want to bake this off 30, 40 minutes, okay? Take it out after 30, 40 minutes. Put the crumble on top. Stick it back in the oven for about 5 minutes, all right? That way that crumble gets nice on the top. It gets crunchy. It has that wonderful crunch to it. We can shut our oven off. Come on. Oh, look at this. Come on, baby. A little while ago, I was taking a shower, and when I came out of the shower, Monica says, "You must have done it right because it smells really good in the kitchen." So look at that. Now, you want to let this rest for at least 10 minutes before you try to cut into it. But I'm going to try to show you. Let's see if we can get up close and I can show you something right quick. I don't know, Monty, can you get down in there? See how, gang, that custard, you don't see that custard anywhere. See, it's not floating around. Nothing is moving around. There's no liquid because of the fact that it absorbed into the bread and we had enough time to bake it, okay? So remember that 35 to 40 minutes baking time. The smaller pans may take a little less time, but we want to make sure we get all of that egg cooked. Put that streusel on the top. Basically now, I'm going to let this cool, and with those others, I'm going to put those in the refrigerator. I'll bake those off tomorrow, put the strudel on top, let them cool, wrap them up, and I'll put them... Streusel. I'm saying strudel. Streusel. I'm sorry, gang. Where did I get strudel from? What was I thinking about? I don't know. Streusel. So I'll put that in the refrigerator, okay? And then when I'm ready to bring them, all right, I'll go ahead, they'll be chilled, I can bring them, and all they have to do now is pop them in the oven to warm up, or actually cut a section. If you make a big batch, cut a section, stick it on a plate, and just stick it in a little oven, stick it in a toaster oven, microwave, whatever you like. And I tell you what, if you're looking for a dessert, yes, we're doing this for breakfast, but why not put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on that, and now you have dessert. So maybe tomorrow, when you're making that big meal, knock this out today, serve it in the morning for breakfast, and whatever's left, guess what? 8 o'clock at night when they're looking for something to eat, whew, scoop of ice cream on top, yoo-hoo! There you go. Right now in the freezer, we have some Bluebell loaded, double loaded, hang on, cookie dough overload. That's what it is, Bluebell cookie dough overload, because no one likes his ice cream. And that's what we have right now. Okay, I got that look. Okay, I like the ice cream. I said I blamed it on the kid, but it's me. It's me. I like a little scoop of ice cream every day. I usually take a tablespoon and just one bite. So that would be what I would do with this. And you know what? Hey, why not? We got to be happy these days. Serve ice cream with it tomorrow morning. Whew, life is short. You got to enjoy it. I hope this helps. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Have a great time with the family and friends. Get on Skype, get on Zoom, talk to each other, visit with each other. Have a safe day. For WWL, I'm Chef Kevin Belton. I hope this helps, and happy Easter and be safe. Thank you all, nurses and doctors. We'll see you soon.